Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I'm really excited to bring you this new card collection in 4 different packs from our friends at Stamperia or Stamperia, whichever way we choose to say it today. It's a great company. It has a tricky name. So let me go through this. This is Flower Alphabet, Sleeping Beauty, House of Roses, and Voyages Fantastique. All right, so on the back, you can see there's all of these little die-cut pieces that are perfect for layering or placing on all of your cards. So let's start here with Voyages Fantastique. It has a steampunk vibe to it, maybe a little masculine, kind of tricky to open for some reason. There we go. And it's got all these fantastic pieces in here. No, I forgot to count, but it says there are 7 cards, 5 tags, and 1 bookmark. Now by cards, they are meaning, yes, some of them are physical cards that are folded like this, okay? But every part of it, front, back, inside, is patterned, so you could cut it in half and you can use it as a card, or you can use it to cover a card. There's also another smaller size here. So these are the 2 that are actually folded cards. Then the other 3 are not typical cards. They are cut out rectangles and squares. They're not folded, but they are double-sided and they are fantastic. Here is the bookmark. And then you've got all of these little other pieces that are cards too. That's another card shape, but they're not folded. And then here are the tags, the 3 tags, and then there are these little mini ones too. So that's a lot of pieces. So what I ended up doing was, with this piece right here, I took this, and this is a 5 by 6.5 inch blank card. I took this and I cut this card and I used these great gears. And I sort of glued it over to the right side of the card. We'll move this over so you can see what's happening. The right side of the card. And then I took the bookmark and I tore the bookmark down the center. And then I inked that torn edge with a brown ink pad, which I forgot to bring, and then another brown ink pad, but it's roasted coffee, available at Paper Wishes. And then I just glued that even and then cut off the rest of the tag. Then I went ahead and I added this piece right here, which has got this wonderful, great little gentleman. And then I wanted to personalize it a little bit. So I took these script greeting dazzles and I used the hooray one. And I also used the family and friends dazzle stickers, and I used the dad, and this has like family, father, dad, son, mom, daughter, aunt, uncle, granddaughter, all of these wonderful ways to personalize it, and I put dad here. So here we've got a great little like, hooray, it's your birthday, you know, or hooray, it's Father's Day, or whatever you've got there. And then you can also put some tags and decorate the inside, but I wanted to really make these go a long way. So I kind of got carried away last night when I was playing with all of these, and I decided to take the House of Roses, and I wanted to see how many cards I could make with this one pack. All right, so this is how many cards I made. I didn't even count them with this one pack. I'll go through all of these. Now, what's also great about this collection, you guys, is all of the shapes or all of the dies that they use are the same shapes. They all have different patterns and different papers on them, but you will notice that they all have a bookmark. They all have these little rectangles here. They're all the same size. So the layouts that I'm using here for these cards, you can choose any one of these packs and make these cards. You'll just substitute out some papers. So here I use the bookmark. This is a slimline card. It's 3 by 8.5. I took just a little bit of the Gingham No. 2 paper pack. It's got some great colors that go with this collection. It has a green, it has coral, it has gray, and it has pink. So that was the color palette of this collection. So I only needed to use this one paper pack. I added a little bit of pink ribbon And then I went and added the little grandma here. Now this little piece right here was this rectangular little plaque, and I just cut around that, used my little scissors, and I just cut around that label shape and cut that out. And then I just personalized it with one of those family and friend dazzles, grandma there. All right, here's one of those cards that was already folded. So on this, all I did was add a little bit of knotted gingham ribbon. This one has great 2 shades of green and sort of a really bright pink that work with this collection. And I just glued that right there. And then I wanted to introduce to you today for our script greeting dazzles. I mentioned to Paulette that we've been doing some of these in new finishes, a lot of our dazzles, and I said, please, can we have these in pastels? So we have this huge collection of script greeting dazzles in pastels and metallic pearl finish, which is just fantastic. And so I used this whole collection, okay, throughout all of these cards. I also used the regular tiny words and phrases dazzles that we have. This is also in pastel, so I used those with these cards as well, okay. And I should mention we also have them in primary colors. So I didn't use these on this collection, but look, it's got all these great primary colors plus brown, because we didn't have that. And then tiny words and phrases, also in this pastel, or rather primary collection, yellow. There we go. All right, that's brand new. They just came in yesterday and I grabbed them and I ran home with them and started to play. I should also mention that I used, this is a little tip, this pokey tool. I've had this on my desk for a while. I didn't use it often. I found when I was using all of these dazzles last night, I used this a ton. So if you don't have this yet, it comes in a 2-pack, and it's really great for just lifting up those little tiny word dazzles and placing them just right. So there you go. There's a little tip for that. Okay, here's another folded card, and for this one I mixed the pastel tiny words and phrases. I mixed the little happy there in green, and then right below that, zoom in, whoop, I put birthday. And then add a little green ribbon, and then a little pixie petal. I found that using both mint and ballet pink pixie petals worked beautifully with this palette as well. All right, so there's 2 cards. For this one, I just used a 5 by 6.5 inch card. I cut my pink gingham paper just a little bit smaller. I used a white border from Pastel Fancy Border Dazzles, which did not, I think I did. Anyway, it comes in the pastel pack, and you can see that collection, everything in the products used below this video. I added a green just because, and then I just layered these pieces, glued this one down, foam taped these 2 over that, and then I also added a little bit of sparklets, little pink sparklets, because I just wanted a little sparkle on there. And this is Barefoot Beach, so it had a wonderful shade of peaches and sort of, a nice sort of coral color in there, which worked well with this. All right, so that's card number 4. I also layered these pieces, so I just took some scraps of my gingham and I used a large print and a small print. I used the little end pieces when I cut these down. I had little scraps, and I put one here and here of the little dazzle stickers. They're white, you'll see. And so then I glued this die cut piece here, and then I foam taped a label, added some of those sparklets, added some of those pixie petals, and then little gingham bow. And then here we've got the little pink, pastel pink, tiny words and phrases, hello. All right, so that's card 5. All right, I used one of the big rectangle pieces here, just put it on a 5 by 6.5 inch card, no paper, just moved it over to the right, took one of the fancy border dazzles from the pastel collection and just put that right there, adhered that sticker there. And then on the little fence post, happy birthday. And we can zoom in, Steve, I think we're too far away. And then added some little sparklets on here, that's great. Added some little sparklets and some little knotted ribbon. Quick and easy cards. These cards, so this is card number 1 to 6, right? I didn't spend 2 hours on these. These were really fast. Okay, another 6 by 5.5 inch card, glued this piece right across the center, and then put the pastel fancy border dazzles across the top of the bottom, added a bow, and then the greeting was already there. So that one is done. Here's a 6 by 6 card. For this one, covered it in the green gingham, and then just put this foam taped this nice square piece on it, and then added some sparklets around here and a bow, and then the little peach tiny words and phrases happy birthday fit perfectly in there, and it really picked up that color. And then what to do with the tags. This was my third and last tag. I had one left over. So a 6.5 by 5 inch card, just covered half with gray, a little scrap left of this color. Used some of these end pieces of the fancy border dazzles. Just, you know, when you trim it off of a card, sometimes you have a little bit left. I put a little right there and a little right there, covered the in-between part with a foam taped tag, topped it off with a little pink ribbon for my light pink ribbon set, added some sparklets to it, and then a cute little thanks pastel script greeting, and done. So I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards from one pack, and then a lot of little embellishments. And I had a lot of fun with the embellishments. So that was a fun evening spent. Like I said, that collection was the House of Roses. Okay, so all of these, and you can find these cards. I'm going to probably put them in, take pictures of these in groups, or maybe one large group, so you can reference these in the gallery below the video at Paper Wishes. Under the video, you can see these in case you want to copy these layouts. All right, so then this one is the Sleeping Beauty. Got all the same shapes. So here is that big card that I used for this one. That's this shape, this square on a 6 by 6 card. I actually covered my card with hammered gold paper, and then I took some of those pastel blue fancy border dazzle stickers. I'm really sorry I didn't bring those. I was so excited about everything else, I forgot those, but they're, as I said, in the products used below the video. And I put that blue right there, which I thought just matched the Sleeping Beauty, really Cinderella theme well too. Added a little dot ribbon there, and then on the inside took a scrap of that hammered gold, some more of that blue fancy border, some up here as well, and then I just glued the Make-A-Wish tag right there. And that is just a beautiful fairy tale card. So that one came from the Sleeping Beauty collection. And then the last one was the Flower Alphabet. And here, 5 by 6 inch card, I just took a little scrap of Dotted Duos number 2, and it was just the little pink polka dot. I didn't even have enough to cover the card, so I just ripped the bottom edge of the paper, which was about, what, 5.5 inches by 5 inches, glued that to the card, and then glued that die cut topper right there, foam taped the little for you, and then added a pink ribbon bow. Okay, so really pretty cards that are really fast to put together. I love this collection. I had a blast playing with these, and I think you will too. You can get a lot of masculine cards out of there. And as I said, a huge stack of cards while you're playing. Okay, so you guys, we have a great money saver on these. Paulette said she bought a lot, but these are going to fly out the door. I'm going to go right now and buy some myself. So make sure you take advantage of that money saver. It's on the right-hand side of our screen. And let's see, what else can I tell you? There's a gallery with all the photos, also below the video. Below that is our products used drop-down menu. You can see everything that I used here, so you can pick and choose what you want to buy. And if you're watching us on YouTube, then just look below the video in the description box, and you'll see a link to paperwishes.com, and it'll take you to our webisode page, and you'll see everything I just mentioned. And if you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. It helps people find our channel. And hey, subscribe, because we do 3 to 5 of these videos a week, and you don't want to miss anything. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.